about this. I don't know, I've got tears in my eyes. I think I'm just feeling very emotional because it's so incredible what we've just witnessed. So let me try and break it down for you. The two things that I really Hello, and welcome along to my channel. My name is Claire. I'm a flute player from Hull, East Yorkshire in the UK, and I'm continuing my mission to find out whether tracks featuring flutes are indeed worthy of the title of Flutiful. Now, today there is a track and an artist that has been suggested so many times via the form that you will find in the pinned comments below that I really couldn't ignore it any longer. Plus, this track has a brilliant link to two new tracks that I've just introduced on my live stream shows. So, let me explain. You may have already enjoyed my reactions to two of Maynard Ferguson's fabulous tracks, and I'll pin one up there in case you haven't yet seen it, in which I was completely blown away by his amazing trumpet playing and, of course, the wonderful flute playing of Bob Militello. So that has inspired many of you to get in touch and share a few tracks with me that you'd also like to see me react to, including this. Now, this is Maynard Ferguson's version of Maria from the fabulous musical West Side Story. Now, if you are a regular viewer to my live stream shows, in which I play all sorts of tracks on the flute live for you every week, then you'll know that we have just introduced two new tracks from West Side Story into the set list, thanks to support of Flutiful Club members. So I thought it was rather fitting that I reacted to this today for that reason as well. So I want to thank the many people who have suggested that I react to more Maynard Ferguson, including Bruce, including Dreardi, Stanley Shepherd, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and Mark Morningstar 5374. Now, Mark has trawled through many live versions of this to find one for me to react to, so I really appreciate that, Mark, because many of you regular viewers will know that I really do like reacting to live performances. So we're going to hear a live performance of this from the Big Band Bash. But Mark also suggests that I might like to react to the studio album version. Now, there's two versions that were appeared on studio albums, one from 1962 and one from 1977. And Mark goes on to tell me that the album version, I assume you're referring to the 77 one, Mark, has a better flute solo and is a tighter, more cohesive presentation. So do let me know if you would like me to react to the studio version of this as well. But I've gone with the live version today because I do love live versions. And apparently this features Bob Militello on alto flute. Now, I always get excited when I hear a little bit of alto flute. If you're not familiar with what an alto flute is, it's a bigger version of the standard concert flute that you normally see. And it's therefore tuned lower, so it's tuned a perfect fifth lower, and it has this gorgeous, rich sound. So if you love the low tones on the flute, which I certainly do, then hopefully you're in for a treat. So without further ado, let's do it. Let's find out if it's flutiful. This is Maynard Ferguson's Maria. Well, I think there's only one word that I can use to describe that. That is incredible, folks. That is what live music is all about. And it's why we have to keep fighting for live music. Right, I've got so much to say about this. I don't know, I've got tears in my eyes. I think I'm just feeling very emotional because it's so incredible what we've just witnessed. So let me try and break it down for you. The two things that I really want to say are, there's so much in here, and I think when you've got something that is so tight, everybody here is working so cohesively together, really. It's so tight. Yeah, it's so free, and there's so much space, and there's so much expression, and I love all the sliding. And anyway, there's so much to talk about, and I don't know if I'm going to remember it, but I'll try. So we obviously start off with that iconic da-dee-da, and the trumpet's got the kind of the headline act here, which of course it is. And yeah, it's just so nice to hear it against that groove. It's such a great track to have taken to arrange in this style, and I love that we've got such a fusion of styles. You know, this is funky, it's soul, it's jazz, it's rock. I actually hear a little bit of rock in here as well, but it's done in such a fabulous way that, like I say, we get this cohesion, these tight, wonderful rhythms and the percussion going on back there, but also the freedom in the sound and the expressiveness of it. I love all this. There's so much sliding going around. Everybody's having a go at that, and I just think it's so wonderful. Let's talk a bit about Maynard's playing, and then we'll get to the flute. So, I mean, he's unbelievable, isn't he? I mean, I'm not up on brass or trumpet playing, but even I can tell that he's so unique and one in a million. How he can get those notes and sustain them and have that tone is really unbelievable. The amount of the time and skill and effort that it takes to be able to do that is incredible. Yeah, it's just I love it. I just love what he's doing. And the note at the end, you could kind of tell he had to build himself up for that. I suppose he got to the point where everybody was expecting that. If you've seen my other reaction, you'll know my first reaction to hearing that was like, wow. But you kind of know it's coming, so there's a bit of pressure on him. But he can do it, and you can tell it physically what it takes to do something like that and hit that note. It's amazing. It's like being an athlete, you know. It takes so much effort, but well worth it. Incredible. And I love the build up at the end there where it drops, and he's got all the time and space in the world to get there. Is fantastic. I was going to talk about flute, but let's talk about the other players as well. Love the other trumpets. When that comes in with those tight trumpet harmonies, oh, that's ace. And I'm not, as I say, a big into brass, but I think that was so well done, so well balanced. I know this is live sound from yesteryear, but actually it's pretty good, isn't it? Love the saxes. I love when they come in with that counter melody later on, and I love that little bit of dialogue between them and the trumpets. Beautiful big band stuff, amazing, love it. Right, let's talk about the alto flute. So, that rich sound, we don't get a lot of it. He doesn't hang around in the bottom too much, and I think that's because that's difficult to get that to cut through with this lineup. But isn't it fantastic? I think the choice of the alto flute is great because for some it kind of really complements the tone of the trumpet somehow. It's a bit richer, it's a bit rounder, and it has its own space. I think a concert flute would just be a little bit light, so I love that. Now then, let me say, folks, from a flute teacher point of view, that's why you learn your scales. Oh my God, this guy can just like whip out these scales and move around and play them all next to each other, and no problem. Again, that is years and years of skill and training, and why I think it's so important to try and say to people, that's why the technique and that hours of practice and learning, you can't fake that. You can't avoid it if you want to be able to do what he's doing. So amazing, just amazing. I love some of his riffs. There was some really nice little rocky riffs going on in there, little sequency riffs that I really enjoyed, and but plenty of space in there, and yeah, a great sound, of course. And I just think that really balances so nicely with the trumpet. So what a performance! I'm so pleased. Thank you, Mark Morningstar, for sending that in. If you are a fan of Maynard Ferguson, if you know the original track on the album, on either of the albums, let me know if you'd like to see me react to that, if you think it's worth a separate reaction, because I suspect it may well be. But I very much enjoyed seeing this live performance, and yeah, I just urge everybody to go and support live performance like this, because the energy and the skill that it takes is it's such an amazing thing to be part of, even as an audience member. It's such a human experience, and we need to, in 2026, we need to support it. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Definitely a most fruitful performance. I hope to engage with you soon in some way, so drop a comment below, drop me your reaction suggestions via the form, and even better, I would love to see you at a live stream show very, very soon. All the details on my channel page. So thanks a lot, folks. Ta-ta for now, and make sure you stay flutiful. Bye!